kids, welcome to the channel, and this is a super fun speed build collab with MsGryphi. I'll provide her channel and her video down below so you can check that out. But basically, the idea for this collab was we were like, what should we do? And she came up with the idea to kind of do a spooky Halloween type of build. And so I was like, yes, I'm all for that because I love Halloween, I love fall, my birthday's in October, and I love this time of year. Well, the fall anyway. It's still summer here in the US. So it was kind of like a play on Christmas in July, so it's Halloween in August. So we decided to build some haunted houses, haunted mansions. I don't know what she built. We decided to keep it a secret from each other so we would be surprised. But my house, my mansion, is actually based on a real home in Alton, Illinois, up north. And it is a real haunted house, well, supposedly, that a wealthy family once had this built, and it was like in the 1800s, and they all passed away, like the servants, the owners of the house, and then even the previous, or the owners that had it after, I don't think it was occupied after the 30s, so it just kind of fell into disrepair until a couple bought it recently, like in the 80s or something. But everyone who has visited the house, or the owners themselves, they've witnessed paranormal activity. Things like the owner, like the previous owner of the house, like his ghost or whatever, kind of lurking behind the windows and then disappears. Things like the owner's kids, I think, or the servants. Apparently, there is a wine cellar or a wine basement, like underneath the house. And apparently that's like where all the paranormal activity happens. So yeah, I actually had a difficult time reading about some of these like haunted places and haunted houses, because honestly, guys, I'm not like a big fan of being scared or like freaking out or horror or anything like that. I'm not. I'm a really big weenie when it comes to that stuff. So I made the mistake of like reading all these things like at night. And I was like, oh, I should not be reading this right now. But this one in particular wasn't too bad. Like there wasn't like any like murders, there wasn't any like crazy stuff. It's just, I guess, supposedly the ghosts or the previous owners haunt their old house, and they're not like mean spirits or anything. They're just really creepy. So I didn't mind building this house. I thought it was a really pretty house, and I hope that that the owners that have it now, they're planning on renovating it to be like maybe a bed and breakfast, or have it be kind of like one of those places where you take haunted ghost tours and things like that. So I really hope they're able to renovate it, because it really is a beautiful house. And I think that at the time, like when it was built, it was like the most beautiful house in the area. So yeah, I think it'd be really cool. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to make and use the railing and the ruins that came with Get Together, just to make it look a little older and in disrepair. Kind of like the foundation is falling apart in a way. I ended up taking out the railings and just putting in a stone railing that came with the vampire pack, I think. For the landscaping, I just wanted to make sure that it looked kind of overgrown and the grass was like patchy. So I put a lot of like dirt terrain and the one terrain that has like little grass patches. Yeah, here I am using that around the entire lot. I felt like the best lot to use or to put this house in was Forgotten Hollow. So that's where I placed it. It's on the 30 by 30 lot towards the right side of the world. I'd really like to renovate this house maybe when we get closer to Halloween or something like that. Or I don't know. I really want to do some type of Halloween series once we get there. I mean, it's only a few months away, so I need to start thinking about it. But last year, I did like Spooky Fridays, and I did Halloween type builds and spooky builds throughout the month of October. So that was super fun, and I'd like to do it again, I think. So yeah, on the inside, I just wanted it to look like really decrepit and kind of falling apart, and I wanted to have some of the original wallpapers and things like that. And apologies for some of the like pauses. There's more than usual in this video because I was actually watching Sam, or aka Harry's live stream yesterday, so she was a little distracting, but it was good, and you guys should definitely check out her live streams. They're always really fun, and yeah, so shameless plug for you, Sam. But yeah, so here I'm doing the bathroom. I thought it would be kind of fun to put some like vegetation kind of growing into the house, into the bathtub. So the rooms on each side of the entryway are supposed to be parlors in which, you know, the men and the women had, or, you know, whatever guest, they had a place to go once they were waiting on dinner or whatever. This is the kitchen. It's actually a really big kitchen for this type of home, but I thought it would be okay. I mean, it's not being used anyway, and maybe this was like the newer kitchen that was created like in the 30s. Maybe it was renovated then. Just adding some water damage and like holes in the wall and things like that, just to make it look abandoned, that it's been there for years. I don't know why, but the dining room is probably my favorite because it has like these bright red chairs, but they're kind of like clustered together in the corner, and there's like cobwebs kind of over them, like they've been there forever. And I don't know, something about it, it's really cool. That's probably my favorite room in the house. So upstairs is just a few bedrooms and what was left of a library. I also put a few of the graffiti like wall decor because I remember the original house that I based this on, one of the articles I was reading about it kind of mentioned that trespassers and you know, people were actually defacing some of the inside and the outside, and that was part of the disrepair. So that would be cool to kind of you know, include that, because people will do that, you know, they'll go to old buildings or abandoned buildings and they'll just do a tag or something. So down here is actually the wine cellar, the old wine cellar. I found these old barrels in the MsG section, and I thought they'd look kind of like, you know, what you would store wine in or something. So I just put those down here. This is the basement level. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.